this team now together, just work together. I mean, just how's it been this first week?
It's been great. I mean, obviously I have my teammate. I've known him for a few years now, and it's nice to have someone that I know. And also, I mean, we've played against each other. We now we are teammates, which is great because we've known each other. And we've played against each other, and it's always good to have people that you know around.
Fabian?
Yeah, well, I would agree. Yeah, we played these guys a couple of times. Unfortunately, we lost both times. But yeah, these guys are good players, very good defenders, and yeah, we had a hard time getting through those. And yeah, I'm glad to be teammates now with them, and I look forward to this season.
Keegan?
I would agree. I think they kind of spoke on the relationship that we have and we're hoping to form. But I think more specifically for the Big East, it's a great testament to the league and the level of the league, and hopefully that can continue in the future.
What has this camp been like early on for you, and kind of the adjustments that you've had to make with these guys?
Specifically with these guys?
Yeah, with the older players and everything like that,
Okay.
just adjusting to the pro game and everything.
Yeah, I mean, after the draft, everything's gone pretty quick, and yeah, I came here right after the draft. Was in the hotel for a week, like a little bit on my own, and then finally things got started, and I'm really excited that things get it started now. And yeah, obviously the teammates are really nice. Practice is a little bit to make some adjustments to college. The level is a little bit higher. You cannot have any bad touches anymore. Like you will get punished with a turnover right away. And yeah, trying to get adjusted to that. And yeah.
What about for you positionally? I know it's early, but Jim has mentioned a couple different possibilities for you position-wise.
Mm-hmm.
How's it been settling into those kinds of different responsibilities and roles?
Yeah, in practice right now, I've played up top, the holding guy up top, the number 9, and I feel really comfortable doing that. But I also would feel comfortable on the wing or underneath. Like I could play any of those positions wherever the coach puts me. I will do my best and try to give my best to help the team further.
What's it like preparing for multiple positions? Are there certain things that, I mean, obviously there's certain things that are going to be applicable no matter where you play. Do you try and focus on those and maybe not worry about some of the particulars just yet?
I mean, of course, yeah, like every position is different to play. Like when you're on the wing, you have to do more and more of defensive work as well. Like you have to work back more. You have to work along the line. You have to have a lot of speed, and if you're the holding guy up top, you basically stay defensively between the center backs and try to press them, force them to play the long ball. And yeah, offensively, you just on the wing, you just try to get through the lines and get passes connected, and up top you just try to hold the ball and stay up top there.
I know one of the things Jim has mentioned about you is that you've scored a few goals in some scrimmages this week. What's that do for you emotionally to have something that you can point to like that to, really make yourself noticed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm new in a new environment, and you're kind of shy here a little bit, and of course, if you can score in a scrimmage or something like that, like it gives you a lot of confidence, and it confirms that you can play on this level as well. So that's pretty good for me. Gives me a lot of confidence. But I mean, it doesn't mean too much, but just feel me comfortable, and that's good for me. Yeah.
Josh, what's it been like physically playing against these bigger players and everything like that early on? What's that adjustment been?
Yeah, I mean, it's as it is with every transition. You go into a new environment, no matter how experienced you are, you still have some adjustments to make, and I'm learning and trying to make the best of every situation I'm put in. But I think so far I'm holding up well, and I'm trying my best to compete with everyone out there, because I know for a fact I was brought in for a reason, and been here. I've had to work hard to get here, and it's just going to get harder. And I'm looking forward to the challenge that lies ahead, and I'm happy to be here and happy to learn from the coaches and from my teammates.
What about you, Keegan? Talk about the physical nature of the game. What has that been like for you these couple of days here?
Guys are certainly bigger and stronger and faster across the board, and I think the average maybe size and speed of guys is obviously higher, but it doesn't affect too much what you do in preparation and technically in terms of defending and going against guys. I think one of the things that I try and do is pretty much do everything the same and not let the environment try and affect what I do. So although it is different and sometimes a difficult transition, I think one of the things that makes it easier for me is just trying to continue to do what I do well and perform to the best of my ability.
Keegan, I know you were here training some over the summer. How is it different now? I mean, I know it's a little different under Ernie, but is it different for you personally, knowing that you have a job here to fight for and that I guess the pathway is a little bit more clear?
Definitely. I mean, I think before it was almost like, we need a couple guys for numbers in reserve training, and it's a day after the game, and we want to get a couple guys on the team a good run. And not that didn't mean anything when I was here to train, but I think having a roster spot and them using a higher draft pick on me than I thought, and all those things factor into a little bit of pressure. And I think although it's good, I think you try and not let it get to you. But yeah, it definitely has a little more meaning to it now, and it's exciting.
Are there things that help from the summer, having been here, even if it's just understanding how a drill works? Are there things that you take from that over the summer that are applicable this week?
Definitely. I think the biggest thing is just kind of being familiar with the personnel, whether it's players or coaches. It's really nice to know how guys act in the locker room, and if somebody gives you a hard time, that for the most part they're joking. And but no, I mean, it's nice to feel like I'm welcomed, from seeing guys before, and kind of like seeing CJ right after the draft walking off the stage. It's just nice to see a familiar face. So, and I think a lot of that is the same. I think it just instills confidence, and like I said, it's exciting.
Is that pretty rare for a team to have 3 top draft picks like this? Do you guys feel like you're all part of something bigger, like together, like for the future of this franchise, really in this?
I think, and it was really exciting for me, because I had no idea. Once I was called up and then trained, and it was my teammate right there, and someone that I know that I've played against. It's exciting, and I feel like it's great that the team is building up with the youth and with young guys coming in, because I feel like the 3 of us and all the other guys that were drafted are good players and players that can contribute to the long-term project of this team, and I think the coaches have thought about it and really strategically came up with the players that they drafted, and I think it's a good group, and a group that will, for the long term, will do really well with the club.
Maybe.
Yeah,
the same thing, like long-term growth together, like for a few years.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, we're all young, like we're all top 6 draft picks, and I mean that just means that the club is really excited to work with young players, that they want to see development of those players, and they want to build on them. Like with a long-term project, you can have a lot of success with young players, and it's of course important that you have some older guys as well, some veterans, but for us it's good to be part of a young group, and that makes us really comfortable.
Keegan, anything?
I don't have too much to add, but I think they covered it pretty well. But I just think it's hard to say maybe how exactly or when exactly will be used, and what the coaches' plans are. That's kind of up to them. But I just think long term and even right now, it seems like the organization's trending in the right direction, and all these decisions and acquisitions and stuff like that. I think it seems like they've got the right mentality, and it only helps whenever you're coming into a positive environment and things are trending in the right direction.
You mentioned that Georgetown beat Creighton. Are there any cool moments from that game? Just what was it like going against him? What was it like for you going against these guys on defense?
Yeah, it was pretty hard, since I mentioned earlier Georgetown was a really good team, and these guys are really good defenders. So I played up top against them, and we had really a hard time getting through, because not only those guys, but the whole defensive line was pretty talented and pretty strong. And however, I scored. So
Remember that? Whose fault was that?
It was. I could say partly. It was. I remember that goal clearly. The ball came and I took a touch, and it was a bad touch, and he got it. It was a really nice finish. On the other side, it was always exciting. It was great playing a team like Creighton. And for most part, how we played at Georgetown, we like to have the ball a lot, and we had the ball a lot in most games we played. But when we played these guys, it was a different case, and it was evenly split. And that's the level that I think, if all college teams played at, it would make the college level a lot better than what it is now. And I know it's growing and it's getting where it needs to be, but playing these guys was definitely was always a good match and was always fun and exciting.
Now, what could be like a personal goal, or whether it be statistically, mentally, or as a team that you guys look to achieve this year?
You always want to look back to the past season, what happened, and look to improve on that. And so the first goal would be, how can we improve as a team? How can we do better than we did last year? And it's you have to set realistic goals for yourself, and looking at myself as an individual and as everyone collectively, what can we do as a team to have a better results and better performance than last year?
Yeah, I think the ambition is the playoffs. I think as a team we should make the playoffs. I think we have a good team, and if we get a good start into the season, I think the goal is manageable.
Yeah, I agree. I think what's been interesting hearing from the coaching staff is kind of the first thing on our minds for this year is at Dallas, the first, the opening game, and all the stuff leading up to that, the preseason games and the training and everything that's in preparation for that game. And I think what's going to be important is taking things one game at a time and each session at a time. So, and all that, like Fabian said, is working towards playoffs. And I think this team has a mentality after maybe underachieving in the past couple of years that it's playoffs or bust. So, looking forward to it.
Anything else?
Just a question for Keegan. You're one of only 2 local players on the team. Does that add any pressure to you, or does it help build your confidence going into the season?
Other than maybe what I said before, just seeing some familiar faces and being pretty familiar with the organization, I don't think if there is any added pressure, I think it's kind of offset with that familiarity. So no, I don't feel too much added pressure, but like I said, it's nice to be close to home and hopefully have my family come out to some games.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Richie Marquez, if you're interested.